It was a dark day. The sky seemed thicker than usual, and on the mountain is called the atmosphere hanging over Calvary Hill. Anxiety in the watching crowd. A remarkable person, he is unusual. Spectators and experienced Roman soldiers. A tough captain in the face of the brutality of war. And the habit of death is his duty. The commander of 100 troops was clear. Ensure that the implementation takes place without disruption. For him, it was just another mission. Another testament to Rome's power, however. Today was destined to be different. Marked by an event that will change his perception of life and death. What Centurion didn't know was the man hanging on the cross in front of him he is not just a criminal. Accusation. High cut. Be the judge of everything. Humanity in this video. About Rimsky's amazing journey. A soldier starts out as an executioner and ends with transformation. Thanks him. Vera's experience, watch until the end and find out. How far does the meaning of this cross go? Beyond that time at Calvary, affects lives even today. For the Romans, the captain stands above his emotions. Distinguishing characteristics are strict. Discipline, unwavering devotion. Empire and leadership in battle reflect. This is a soldier assigned to a mission. Accustomed to witnessing the crucifixion of Jesus. This day is like another day in my routine. However, something was different on Friday. Witness a prisoner sentenced to death. The centurion realized that Jesus was behaving differently. Like the other convicts, he did not scream. Curse your tormentors and do not pray. Save his life instead. Exudes incomprehensibility in Pretoria. The captain witnessed his manner. Comrades mocked Jesus. They placed a tattered crown on his head and they beat him and shouted, "Hail!" Jewishness for many people is just that. Part of a grotesque scene. Predecessor of Jesus. Everything matches this pattern. Suffer in silence, without revenge, without showing off. Hatred as Jesus carried his cross. Jerusalem's streets stumble under it. Heaviness that centurion closely monitors. With him, he has carried out many plagues and knows that the majority of those convicted resist as best you can, fight back. His destiny, but Jesus is different from him. The calm was disturbing. Bothering a soldier on duty. Service should still be there. Carefree, however, he complied. Sort your role to a person by name. Simon Kyrenia helped carry the cross for him. Captain, that is not compassion, but practicality to ensure implementation. However, internally he went according to plan. Starting to wonder who this guy is. Uneven in the face of extremes. Pain has proven such strength, and be calm when they arrive. Also known as Golgotha, like where the skull of Jesus was crucified. Resolute as always, careful. He has seen everything. He is used to despair. People were threatened with crucifixion by screaming. Blasphemy and the desperate fight against it. Inevitable, but Jesus is not like that. Look up at the sky and pray to God the Father. Forgive them because they don't know what they are doing. Those words resonated deeply in my mind. Soldier, forgive. How can someone forgive those who treat you badly? Said to the soldiers who fought for him. Close in games of luck and crowds. Mercilessly mocked his prayers to Jesus. Penetrate that emotional armor. The captain is built throughout his career. Life he began to feel something. Never experienced it before. The behavior of a normal person, Jesus even in pain on the cross. Radiate challenges to all. Logic and awaken new understanding in Soldier's heart happened that day. Something extraordinary, sky so far. The surroundings seemed suffocating and scorching. Noon plunged into inexplicable darkness. It wasn't a storm, and it wasn't thick clouds. There seemed darkness, otherworldly, as if all creation. There was a deep and somber silence in the grief. Centurions are used to fighting. Feel the weight of this strangeness. Atmosphere, he tried to hide it from. Everyone but the truth cannot be ignored. That something important happened suddenly. The earth began to shake violently. Crashed, and a feeling of fear gripped everyone. The general was present, not knowing what was going on. Think he turned his gaze towards the man. Pass, no. With a final cry, he gave up the ghost. The earth seemed to scream in response, and the curtain of the temple in Jerusalem was torn. From top to bottom, the events are the same. How significant and scary. Centurion was shocked by everyone. Feel with every fiber of my being that. Witness something? Mingo. World, who was this man when he was crucified? Reaching its climax, the centurion continues. See Jesus with mixture. Bewilderment and admiration amidst the screams, and mocking him again, heard the words of Jesus. This time the prisoner guided his mother. Under the care of a beloved student, a woman, this is a boy. Your mother said to the disciple, even though I can't imagine the pain inside him. No words, no despair, Jesus. Caring for others even in his later years. Minutes, however, the crowd continued. Scoff, some people scream if you are a boy. God comes down from the cross of religious leaders. They mocked him, he saved others, but he couldn't. Save yourself, even being crucified next to him. The criminals insulted him, but Jesus, that silence is not silent failure, but rather an inner power that centurion cannot understand. Then in a firm and humble voice, Jesus, the Father said into my friend's hands, betrayed me. Spirit, and uttering these words, he bowed his head. Head and died at that moment, Centurio. It seemed to be the world. The shadow earthquake stopped. All of these, the facts seemed to scream this. The man on the cross was no ordinary man. Human sayings spoken by Jesus the Father, forgiving them, continuously echoed in his mind. Who can offer forgiveness? In the midst of such cruelty, who can point out? Lots of love for those who tormented him for something. Begins a change in his captain's heart. Resilience is developed over many years. Service as a Roman soldier was broken. That's when Centurion had to face everything. So what he witnessed in the hall, indeed it was the Son of God who spoke these things. The words he didn't just recognize, something like, beyond my understanding, but still tearing. With everything I have learned in my life. As a soldier, he believes that strength is strength. In obedience, but before the cross, he saw strength comes from sacrifice and humility. And unconditional love after today. The captain was no longer the same as before when Tall began to disperse. He still remained. Motionlessly looking toward the horizon with reason. Full of doubts and restless hearts. Start the day like an obedient executioner, but now feel like a different person. Desist in Wanson. Confess indeed he is the Son of God. Is a temporary but inevitable urge. The end of all he saw, and feel the silence of the compassionate Jesus. People who passed by him were deeply moved. The captain's belief in strength, and he began to reconsider his authority. While in this crucifixion, he supervised the execution, which I did not participate in this time. There are no ordinary people in Jesus. Evidence of sin or evil to the contrary, and his behavior shows kindness. Soldiers who have never seen so many years of fighting and conflicted when he returned that night, home the weight of what he has become. The witness seemed insufferable to him. Who is this man we helped? He constantly asked himself to condemn, and why did he ask at the last moment? Forgiveness, these questions are repeated in the go back to that day again and again. Became one of many performed. His mission became an important milestone in his life. The following days, a centurion tried, follow your daily routine. I was overwhelmed by vague, unforgettable emotions. Jesus' words, Father, please forgive them, because they do not know. What does the image of the convicted person do? The final moment appears. Mercy and love have challenged everything. What did he understand about life and death at that time? After hearing rumors that the tomb of Jesus, something inside him had awakened. Stories spread about people, claimed that they had seen him come back to life, and he couldn't ignore them in any way. I mean, what did he know about this man? There's something unusual about that idea. Jesus can only conquer death. Confirm that his heart has started, realizing what the events at Calvary had caused. Deep down in his being, he was a Roman, a soldier experienced in war and execution, which he now led. Feel your heart. What he witnessed that day. Never leave him. He gets more and more. Feel the need to search further. Answer, because I know that I never will. Will be who he was before? Over time, Centurion realized this. His starting point is the word. Simple executor of sentences up to, I will touch a person gracefully with signs of speech, and Jesus' posture opened the way for him. Understand what love means, faith, and forgiveness, and what we can learn from. The captain's story shows us that there is no limit to blessings. On that day, he started with responsibility to execute him, but in the end, he recognized Jesus, something as sacred as the captain to us. Everyone is invited to think about impact. Christ's sacrifice in our lives is an action. Jesus' us is not just history. That event is the highest expression of love and the possibility of redemption for everyone. Seek reconciliation with God. If this story has touched your heart, I hope you take a step of faith here. An invitation to experience true love, and transformation is like the captain's life has changed, so will yours. You can feel this update today. The captain's story is very strong. A reminder that God's love can certainly transform even the most advanced people. Like he was influenced by compassion, and the grace of Jesus awaits us. Think of what the cross could be like. Change our lives today regardless about how far we are from God, or what we face is equally available to us. Grace has come to our captain. We live in a time of daily struggle, and the pressures of life can burn us or lead away from our faith, but the cross remains a symbol of hope and restored, just like the look. The Roman soldier completely changed us. We can also follow the example of Jesus, renew our hearts and lead us to a life full of meaning and peace. If this message is for you in some way, thank you so much. Please subscribe to the channel. Here we share stories and reflection helps strengthen our spiritual path. Together, we can continue to learn more about God's transforming love and the influence of faith. Don't forget to like our life. Share this video with someone need to hear this message and activate the bell to receive our next content. God bless your life.